tell on you, 'cause I know that you want me to. And if you close your eyes, it might even come true for you. The witching hour is coming soon, so pray they don't come for you. The witching hour is drawing near, so get in bed and go the fuck to sleep.
Booking a tour on your own it seems easy because really all you have to do is, you end up playing like 6 shows, I think. So getting 6 shows doesn't sound like a hard thing to do, but it was very chaotic. We thought we had plenty of time. I think we started in April, trying to book for the end of July. And then nothing. I don't think Sean and I got anything done until June. It's the first show we got booked. The end of June too. Not even close to like April or anything. So it just it was very frantic and a very desperate type of nervousness that we had all these big plans and nothing was going to work out just because we're a new band, and on paper it seems like these dudes have like 300 licks, like what are they trying to do? But when it all came together, it was a very triumphant feeling, definitely more so than if we had gone through a company, just because it really felt like our own success.
It was pretty trying. We had to dig through just tons of names. We actually first went to Bandcamp, and we would type in like the area, and we'd try to like pinpoint and locate just groups who were similar to us, or that could be potentially really fun to play with. And we would talk to them, and a lot of the times they'd be like, yeah, well, we can't do this date, but here's like 10 other names of people that can help you out. So it turned into pretty much just like you'd open one door and like 10 more doors would be there, and you'd have to keep going in certain doors, and that would lead to more doors. And so eventually you'd locate one person who's like, yep, I can get you this show, or alternatively, yes, I can play the show with you.
We didn't really know what to expect, so I think we went in more with the mindset, instead of, this will get our band much bigger or anything like that. Just kind of the mindset of this will be good experience for when we really need it down the road. So I guess experience was the main thing we were looking for with this tour. With booking, I know we made a lot of good connections this tour. Even beyond that, just meeting people. Now we have some friends in bands that we never would have met before.
Touring experience is something that whenever you're trying to get higher up in the music industry, it's really looked at. I know that in my past band, we had a lot of things in the bag, but touring experience was not one, and that ended up really hurting us in the long run. So getting at least some amount of touring experience is definitely something that is very beneficial.
Goals as a band, just grow our name, grow as a band, become better players together, which I think definitely happened as well. By our last show, we were like, oof, we've never played this good before in our lives. Yeah, and just we want to get our name out there. We want people to know who we are. We want people to enjoy our music.
I think what surprised me about tour is just how easy it was. Not in the way that like, wow, it's easy to wake up in a terrible motel and drive for 5 hours and to some show that you have no idea what's going to happen. But it felt really effortless to be able to play every night. I never felt that my performance was suffering because I'd just played a show the night before. It felt very organic to be able to do that every night.
nothing. I wouldn't say anything really surprised me, because I kind of knew the whole hotel situation would be sketchy. So it was iffy here and there. I figured the trailer would be a challenge for me. The biggest surprise was the tire pop. That hit me. Learned how to change a tire real quick, and we were in a bit of a time crunch, so had about an hour, and I did it in about an hour, and then kept going. That was the biggest surprise that happened over tour, but nothing really surprised me. I figured as much for each of the shows, you know.
I mean, I knew there was gonna be a lot of driving whenever we were touring, but I don't think I knew quite how much there would be. There was a lot of time in the car that I had known would be the case, but actually doing it is kind of different. My back still kind of hurts. It gets very like monotonous day in and day out, but you have to kind of choose how to spice it up with like we went to the beach, we went to some cool stores, or we do something fun whenever we could, and that's what kept it I guess interesting. And then playing shows is obviously always fun, but so little of touring is actually playing the shows. Most of it's just traveling, which, like I said, I'd known that, but I didn't quite expect just how much there would be.
But of the desert, there was no trace. Yeah, oh desert, oh desert.
I noticed a growth after each show. I mean, every show we played, we just got better and better and better. Because I think playing in front of people opens our minds up a little bit. And so when we do it every night, we notice new things that we need to work on for the next show. We talk about it in the car rides, of course. And so we remember to fix things, and we keep fixing them. And by the last show, I mean, we were the tightest we've ever been as a band.
Also, just as friends, I think we all grew closer. Whenever you live with somebody for 8 days, you see a lot about them that you don't normally see, and so I don't know. It just felt we all got tighter, both as friends and as a band, I think.
I don't know, all the originals we play, the one that probably means the most to me would be There Will Come Soft Rains, which is an instrumental song that we wrote last summer. And it doesn't have any words, obviously, it's an instrumental song. But that song is a very beautiful song to me. I'm very happy with the guitar part I wrote, and just a kind of haunting instrumental track like that. Every time we play it, I can let kind of my mind wander and just be lost in the sounds that we're making together. Beyond that, I think everyone kind of experiences Wanderlust, and so there's always that kind of desire, especially growing up. A lot of the people around my age, in their late teens, early 20s, they kind of harbor these feelings of I want to escape, and that kind of it's almost a romantic idea of I could just leave if I wanted. So that always strikes a chord with me, is especially going on tour to support a song called Wanderlust and an EP called Wanderlust felt very right.
Wanderlust as a name, I think that name kind of picked up meaning over this tour, because it's about, you know, pretty much lusting to be on the road, and so obviously that ties in a lot with being a touring band, and so I think it kind of picked up meaning while I was on tour, just because there was a certain amount of wanderlust, I guess, that we all felt.
I think Wanderlust was a perfect name for this album, or this EP, and a perfect name for this tour specifically, because, I mean, we've never played outside of North Carolina, and the Wanderlust tour. We got to play in South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. I mean, it was amazing. And on our off days, we would go to new places, adventure around, take cool videos, take cool pictures, play some cool music in just random areas just to adventure more. So I really think Wanderlust was the perfect name for this album, and it felt good for me to have that as our name, and then go on out with the Wanderlust tour. I think it was really cool.